Wonderful, girls. So let's do question number 2. So it says, on another Cartesian plane, sketch the following graphs. So now we have these graphs here that we have to graph. So we're going to go into our CAS and we're going to add another page here. So we're going to do that by pressing Control Doc, and I'm going to add a graph. Wonderful. So then I have see, notice that it's continuing with the same number of functions. So it because it's the same document, it will keep the order of the function. So it remembers the 1, 2, 3 functions that I have here, but I'm graphing them in a different page. Okay, so this one is going to be negative x, and there we go. And we expected that because it's a negative gradient. Agree? And then we press tab and negative 2x. Good. And then tab and negative 3x. Fantastic. So there we go. So now the question is, what happens to the steepness of the graph as the magnitude of the coefficient of x decreases? That is, that the coefficient becomes more negative. So I'm going to do a number line here because I know that sometimes we do get confused. So number lines. Let's go back to the basics. So if I have 0, so in the previous example that we were doing, we were saying when we are talking about positive numbers, like this one, as the coefficient, where is that? The coefficient of x. So the coefficient of x. So as the coefficient of x was increasing, was becoming more positive, then it was becoming more steep. Agree? So what happens to the steepness? The steepness increases. I'm going to write it down here. Finally, I had to write it down. Steepness increases. Wonderful. So let's put the values that we have here. I'm going to do it with blue. So we have negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So if we go up to our graph here, so negative 1 was this purple, pink one. So negative 1 is here, and here negative 2, and here negative 3. So it's saying what happens to the steepness of the graph as the magnitude of the coefficient x decreases. That is, the coefficients become more negative. So when I'm moving in this direction, what happens? So when we're moving in that direction, the steepness increases. Agree? Because this one will be easier to climb. Like this one is going down. If we think which one is going down quicker, the orange one, right? So the steepness increases as well. Increases, okay? Where does each of the graph cut the x-axis and the y-axis? Again, this one will be both go through the origin, so both goes through 0, 0. Wonderful. Let's do the next question on the next video.